2, 1.
Fight, robots, fight.
Off we go.
Ricky, are these the longest forks you've ever seen in the 12-pound division?
Yes, actually they are. And perhaps the floppiest as well.
These look like plastic forks. I don't know what's going on today with the competitors, but they love plastic forks, Ricky.
Well, they're one down, so maybe someone will go home with a souvenir. Not a lot
like a lance.
Yeah, it's a Norwal is what it is now. It's amazing the way this fork works here. Not a lot of robots would be that hung up, but the size of the wheels on Biggish just really make it a problem. Oh, there it goes flying with the Mini.
Oh, and those forks are gone.
It's going to be difficult for Flambe to really do anything. It's going to have to hope that Biggish breaks itself on its face.
Oh no, the back plate on Flambe Con Queso is gone.
We're at half a robot fighting down Biggish.
Biggish's weapon is still running.
Yes, but
Very
maybe
dangerous.
slowing down.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it could be a ploy. Sometimes they faint.
Brendan Steele's weapon is still up, but it does look like it's spinning a little slower than normal.
It does. We're going to see if that mini-bot has any functionality left into it. If it can kind of get into the mix, maybe it could hang up and interfere a little bit, get some kind of control points. But so far, it's just hard to see what Flambe is going to be able to do to Biggish.
One of the things that you want to watch for if you're Flambe Con Queso is that you don't accidentally high-center yourself on your own plastic fork. I don't think that's a problem at all for Biggish. It's got the ground clearance to roll over hundreds of plastic forks, Ricky.
Yeah, Oh, but there's some...
What?
Now, is this a calculated exchange, or is it slowing down?
Oh, that is a fast weapon there. All right, 60 seconds left here in this fight. Whoa! That's a
1.
Fight, robots,
And we've got
fight.
Killajoule.
Yeah, both of these robots Kent State teammates, I believe.
So a little bit of a rivalry going on here, I must imagine.
Brotherhood, camaraderie, rivalry, we don't know sitting in this box, but...
They're all smiles. I'm sure it's a friendly battle here, but Biggish looking
this is the most spry
mighty.
we've seen Biggish throughout this competition.
Yeah.
They have definitely had some troubles with both mobility and their weapon, but this fight really seems to be going their way.
It's a hard bot to drive, I have to imagine, but after a few fights, they've figured out the kinks. Killajoule, however, pretty mobile, and it's staying on top of Biggish, not really giving it a lot of wiggle room, although now it's getting a little lost in the side.
Killajoule has come so far in so few events.
Yes.
It really has a meteoric rise to competency. But
Meteoric rise to competency, yes.
that said, although they're a horizontal spinner, Biggish relatively well poised to take them on.
Those are some chunky wheels.
Yeah, and being an undercutter, that is the least good horizontal spinner to take against something like Biggish.
Yeah, those wheels are pretty good at just kind of deflecting off the bottom there, being able to bend and really adapt to it.
That said, the weapon on Biggish only intermittently working right now.
Yeah, it's a little confused. Does it want to be on? Does it not want to be on?
I mean, I understand. Some days you wake up and you're just, I'm just not on today.
I've
you
been
give it your
there,
best
Ricky.
shot. You know, you metaphorically spin up in the morning.
Yeah, you know, the coffee originally that it had this morning is worn off.
You got to take a minute to spin down.
Oof.
And no one likes to spin back up for a second time. You put so much time into it earlier.
Once is enough.
Right.
Once is enough. And it seems like maybe once was enough for Biggish, because I don't know if that's coming back.
No, it did it like 5-6 times, but 5 or 6 times was definitely enough. On the flip side, Killajoule's weapon also seems to be down.
Yeah. I think it maybe outlasted the unreliability of Biggish's by a little bit, but it's kind of hard to keep track at this point, given how many times Biggish came back to life and took a nap.
Exactly. And this also becomes a difficult thing for Biggish because, oh, and it's back momentarily.
You spoke too soon.
But it does become tough for Biggish because Biggish has no ability to control a match if its weapon is not spinning.
All right, Team Biggish is
very happy.
Someone's
10
very happy
seconds
right
remaining.
now.
We're coming down on the last few moments of this fight.
This is going to be a very strange one to have to...
Robots fight.
Facing off here against Buzzkill. Slow start here for Biggish. Crossing the box. Where's Buzzkill?
Not coming out of their square for some reason. Buzzkill's just hanging out in the corner.
Is it a strategic choice or not, Kyle?
Well, I think it's in the name. He doesn't want to get involved in the party. He just wants to sit in the corner and complain. He's being a buzzkill.
Oh, there we go.
There
My
it
role
is.
at a party. I love it. And look at this. The weapon disc on Buzzkill is down.
Yeah, not disking.
The drive is sluggish. The weapon is down. Biggish now has a great opportunity to capitalize. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Looks like they got a fresh, shiny new pair of wheels on Biggish. And
Tap
that sounds like a tap out.
Fight. Robots fight.
Promheta is
hear
probably the
Promheta.
scariest four-wheel drive spinner in this bracket. Ooh. And Biggish is perfectly designed to defeat them, but only if they get that weapon spinning. There it is. That's the Biggish weapon we've been looking for.
Wow, Biggish's weapon is looking great. Promheta is on its head. Can Biggish do the impossible here and kill Promheta?
The rock, paper, scissors of it is definitely in Biggish's favor. If they can keep that weapon working in this fight, they've got a great chance.
And look at that, Biggish on its side.
Weapon,
And the weapon is down?
I believe
Question
it is.
mark?
Or they turned it off when they were on their side, maybe, but I'm not sure. It's not running now, that's for sure.
That weapon's dead, Kyle.
It doesn't look right.
But Promheta's weapon is also dead.
Yeah.
Wow, with
It's
2 minutes left
definitely
here in
end
this
of
fight.
the night.
and another
Oh,
good pin.
nice
Look at
pin.
this. Wedging himself under Zach Knight and Promheta. Biggish is celebrating. Oh, and look at this. Is the weapon coming back on Biggish?
It might be, it might be. Intermittent, right? Intermittent is the word of the evening.
Wow, we've got some crab walking here from Zach Knight and Promheta. Biggish is not looking great, I would say. 90 seconds left here in this fight.
So this is where control and aggression comes into play, but if you got half a drive down and you really can't get to a lot of surface area on your opponent, there's not a whole lot of Biggish touching the ground to actually push around. This is going to be a very big challenge for Zach.
Yeah, I would say this is a really good driving challenge for Zach. You know, you talk to drivers here in this sport and they say, I try things like I flip my robot upside down and I try and drive it. I flip it, you know, I kill one half of my drive and I try and, you know, continue to drive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fight. Robots fight.
And away we go. Weapons
12
up to
pounds.
speed.
12-pound elimination round 1 action. Biggish just gliding around the arena on those two wheels.
Biggish fighting today for Growing Stems. Growing Stems is a STEM organization for teaching kids and mentoring kids in robotics and other STEM interests, and is a major feeder for Team Honeycracker. Buzzkill trying to do its best. Buzzkill, of course, also funding Growing Stems. Either way, Growing Stems is coming out of this match a little closer to a big check. That was a big hit from Biggish on its opponent. Buzzkill coming back. Usually horizontal spinners like Buzzkill are an excellent foe, an excellent foil rather, for big style robots like Biggish. And you can see Buzzkill upside down right now. Actually puts its weapon in a better spot to hit the middle of the wheels on Biggish, which is really what it needs to do if it wants to cut those apart. However, the weapon does seem to be struggling on Biggish.
Yeah, not a lot of power behind that or speed at this point.
The same is true, though, of Buzzkill's weapon.
I hear nothing coming from Buzzkill's weapon at all at this point, yeah. Biggish, of course, is a robot from Kent State University. Kent State has really been producing some pretty fantastic combat robots this year.
Oh,
Really excited
Buzzkill
to
has
see what
come
they do
to a
next year.
stop.
Oh, that's not good.
I think a countdown is coming soon, but if I was
They
Biggish,
got their unstick there, though. They did seem to be high-centered on a piece of debris in the arena.
away. Oh,
And
Biggish
the
is back
weapon
up to
is working.
speed.
Yes.
And back down to speed.
Yep.
It's sleepy. It's taking a break. Ooh, I hear some unhappy noises from one of those robots.
This is a robot living on borrowed time. They did not expect Biggish to make it into the finals. They are planning on doing a complete redesign next year with the robotics team at Kent State. And retiring this Biggish design, but this is kind of their swan song today.
You know, I've never heard a swan song. Are they pretty?
No, they're actually quite awful.
I've heard them honk.
That's
the whole song.
That's the whole
It's just
song.
a series of honks.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay, well, that's a terrible note to go out on. And your matches goes to the judge.